So the other day I was sailing on my kayak, as this is a surfski. It's an epic surfski, and there are these. There's a block here which supports the mast. Anyway, I capsized over, and part of this dug into my the top of my kayak here, the deck. So what I'm going to be doing is I created this mold out of clay, and I'm going to pour an epoxy resin in here and let it harden. I gotta level it off, I gotta pour it, and in 24 hours it'll be cured. I'm gonna remove the mold, sand down the edges to finish it off nice, and it'll already be threaded because of these two screws here that I'm leaving in. And anyway, that should provide a more stable base for my sail, and I'll be able to show when it's rigged up that that's my sail back there against the wall. It's a Falcon sail. You can go to falconsails.com and talk to Patrick. He's a good guy. And but anyway, so I decided to do this to see if I could make it a little bit stronger for my kayak. So it's an adaptation. So go ahead and get started. So the first thing I need to do is make sure that the deck is leveled. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want the liquid, which is going to be an epoxy resin, I want that to be perfectly level. The reason is because I want a stable deck for my sail. And if I make sure that this is level beforehand, I'll be a lot better off. So I got a few adjustments to do to make sure that it's level.
0. Now estimate how much I need.
Okay, so after a bit of working with it, this is from sanding. This is the piece that I made. Hard plastic. It's an epoxy. Because I poured it over the hole, or over the holes here, and the indentation on my kayak, it fits pretty much perfectly. Slides right into place, and now I have a very stable, firm, hard base for the base of my sail. So now it won't kick into the hull quite as much. It's going to brace it. It's going to be a lot more solid. And so I've got a little bit more sanding to do to clean this up, make it look nice. And I can even high polish it if I want to. I don't know if I'll go that far, but kind of like the idea that it's going to be a lot more solid. You can kind of see an up-close view here. I got a little bit of cleanup to do around the edge. Some of the residual clay is there. I'm just hitting it with some sandpaper and it comes right off. Actually has the damaged hull, or the damaged deck, is actually imprinted on the mold itself because I did the mold right on the deck so that it would fit perfectly. And it slides in there into place just right as soon as you get the holes lined up, and it kind of almost clicks in there. And now I just got to put this back on, the screws back in. This is the old deck plate, which was much smaller, so it's got a much smaller footprint. Now I've added a little bit of weight to the kayak, but I don't think that's really going to matter. This thing's a beast anyway. All right, this step is also complete. This is the so this is after I've sanded it down and cleaned it up pretty good. The deck plate's on now, and the next phase will be to put the sail on it and make sure the sail is straight up and down. Okay, so here's the new setup with the the new base plate for the mast. I've had to adjust the stays quite a bit. It takes a while to get where the mast is straight up and down. But anyway, it looks like it's going to work pretty good. It gives it a larger footprint, more stable, and looks pretty straight. I might have to make some minor adjustments, but other than that, I think it was a success. Again, very, very hard plastic, so actually more durable or harder than this right here. This is a kind of a soft plastic. I could scratch it a lot easier than this. And this wide footprint is going to give it a nice, you know, when this is pushing down, there's a stanchion underneath this that goes directly to the base of the, it goes down in through the hull. Pull the bag out. That's it right there. Kind of have to turn the video, but that's what we're looking at right there. That's what's directly underneath the mast, and that's what supports it, so it gets this nice uniform. It distributes the, I guess, the forces a lot easier because these stays pull down on it pretty hard, and of course the wind pulls on it and it torques it. So that's why I made this base plate wider, is because of the directional forces that can act on, especially if you capsize. So anyway, turned out to be a successful project, and I'm real proud of it. I even matched the color of my sail, so that's that.